Hello and welcome back to the Restart channel. My name is Shada and today we're going to review a glossary of cannabis terms to help you better navigate around different products and aspects of cannabis consumption. Before we begin, be sure to hit the like button on this video and make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss future content from us. We're releasing new videos every Tuesday and Thursday, and if you have an idea for a video, let us know in the comments below. So let's crack open the cannabis glossary and review some terms together. To start, cannabinoid. It is a chemical compound produced by cannabis plants. There are over 100 of them, and THC and CBD are two of the most popular cannabinoids. Cannabinoid distillation, also known as fractional distillation, which occurs after the extraction process. It is intended to isolate desired cannabinoids from other chemical components in the cannabis oil. Cannabinoid distillation employs heat and vapor distillation and can be implemented at a small or large scale. This is how you make isolate a particular cannabinoid like CBD or THC. Cannabis is short for Cannabis sativa L, which is the Latin plant name, and it refers to both hemp and marijuana. Cannabichromene, or CBC, is one of more than 100 cannabinoids found in the cannabis plant. CBC interacts with a type of receptor called the TRVP1, which plays an important role in regulating body temperature and in pain and heat sensation. Cannabidiol, or CBD, is one of the four most well-known cannabinoids found in the cannabis plant. CBD is non-psychoactive, meaning that it does not produce the high often associated with cannabis, and widely used to self-treat various conditions including pain, anxiety, and insomnia. Cannabigerol, or CBG, also one of the four most well-known cannabinoids. CBG carries the moniker of the mother of all cannabinoids. Without CBG, cannabis would not produce the euphoric and relaxing sensation that has been associated with THC. Its precursor, CBGA, cannabigerolic acid, provides the building block for other major cannabinoids, namely CBD, CBC, and THC. Cannabinoid 1 receptor, also known as the CB1 receptors, are found primarily in the brain, central nervous system, lungs, liver, and kidneys, as well as on the skin. They are the main targets of THC and play a role in producing the euphoric effects of cannabis. In addition, CB1 receptors help regulate metabolism and appetite. Cannabinoid 2 receptors, aka CB2 receptors, are mainly found on immune cells but are also present in the central nervous system. They play an essential role in regulating immune response, inflammation, and pain. Cannabinol, also known as CBN, is one of the four most common cannabinoids, and CBN is a crystalline, mild, non-intoxicating cannabinoid found in small quantities in cannabis. CBN is formed naturally as a byproduct of THC as it ages and decays. Chromatography, which is another post-extraction process used to isolate individual cannabinoids or take distillate to a 99% purity level. The extract is dissolved in a fluid and then passed through a secondary media, and because different components of the cannabis plant travel at different speeds, this creates separations between chemical components such as terpenes, cannabinoids, and other plant materials. Chromatography is often used to remove THC yet retain a broad spectrum CBD product. C02 extraction, also known as supercritical CO2 extraction. CO2 cannabis extraction uses pressurized carbon dioxide. Unlike butane and ethanol processes, CO2 extraction works by subjecting the gas to extremely low temperatures, turning it into a liquid. Then it's heated and pressurized, creating supercritical CO2 fluid, which in turn is passed through a chamber containing raw cannabis, dissolving the oils out of the plant matter while capturing active compounds. Concentrates, extracts that contain extra high amounts of cannabinoids, terpenes, and other cannabis compounds. Concentrates can regularly reach THC levels of over 60%, with some, such as distillate, much higher. Concentrates are several times more potent than cannabis flower, and cannabis concentrates can be produced both through solvent-based and solventless extraction methods, with the results including products such as shatter, wax, butter, rosin, crystalline, and distillate. Cultivar is a plant variety that has been produced in cultivation through selective breeding. DECARBOXYLATION DECARBOXYLATION is heating plant extract or cannabis oil to 105 degrees Fahrenheit to convert inactive cannabinoids such as CBDA and THCA into their active compounds. Those A's at the end are acids, and when you decarboxylate, it's activating those cannabinoid compounds. Decarboxylation can occur before the plant is extracted or after, and BHO concentrates require decarboxylation because raw BHO doesn't contain any activated compounds. Delta-8 THC is an isomer of Delta-9 THC. Delta-8 is an intoxicating cannabinoid that can be easily converted from CBD. Distillate, a pure and extremely potent form of cannabis that does not contain any terpenes, making it tasteless. Distillate is made from a vacuum distillation process and has varied applications in edibles, topicals, and beverages. Distillation is a post-extraction process that isolates specific compounds from the cannabis plant. The process is done by boiling extracted oil at various temperatures to vaporize compounds at their boiling points and then separating the compounds into their liquid forms on condensing coils. Endocannabinoids are natural chemicals produced by the body that interact with our endocannabinoid system and regulate important body functions. Their primary purpose is to maintain balance or homeostasis. The endocannabinoid system, also known as the ECS, its main purpose is to maintain homeostasis or biological harmony. In response to changes in the body's external and internal environment, the ECS interacts with just about every part of the body. Importantly, all animals, including mammals, birds, reptiles, and fish, as well as invertebrates such as sea urchins, leeches, mussels, nematodes, and others, all have an endocannabinoid system. Ethanol extraction, also known as cryogenic ethanol or cold ethanol extraction, which involves soaking the cannabis plant in ethanol held at a very low temperature to separate the trichomes from the plant. Ethanol or grain alcohol is also used to produce many other products, including perfumes, food coloring, flavorings, and essential oils. Extraction is the process of converting cannabis biomass into a derivative using solvent or non-solvent technologies. And extracts is another name for cannabinoid derivatives. Flower is the flowering buds of cannabis plants, which are rich in cannabinoids. Flower is commonly dried and cured before being packaged and sold to consumers. Full spectrum extract is a whole plant extraction process undergoing minimal refinement similar to broad spectrum. However, compared to broad spectrum, in full spectrum, the THC is not removed, truly giving it that full spectrum extract. Hash is a cannabinoid concentrate derived from trichomes. Trichomes are the resin-rich ripe glands on the surface of cannabis flower heads, and hash can come in various types such as dry sift hash and ice water hash. Hemp, also going by cannabis sativa L, is a classification of cannabis specifically with no more than 0.3% Delta-9 THC on a dry weight. Remember, this is a standard used by many governments, including the United States and Texas, to differentiate hemp from marijuana. Isolate is a purified individual cannabinoid in a crystalline solid or powder that is created through the chromatography process. Isolate contains only pure isolated cannabinoids. Kief is the dried resin glands coating the outside of a cannabis plant. Kief is a decompressed precursor of hash. Live resin is a cannabis concentrate made from fresh plant material that has not been dried or cured and then extracted with a solvent. Live resin can be made from cannabis biomass that has been flash frozen, retaining desirable compounds and flavors. Live resin is considered a high quality connoisseur level product. Marijuana, also classified as cannabis sativa L, is containing more than 0.3% Delta-9 THC on a dry weight basis, and this is the intoxicating compound found in cannabis. Nano-emulsion is using ultrasonic waves to shatter cannabinoid molecules into tiny nanoparticles that can then be used in an emulsification. Nano-emulsion also involves an emulsifier, which allows the cannabinoid molecules to dissolve and be mixed into water without separating. Resin is the dark brown sticky substance found on a cannabis plant's trichomes, producing all the plant's medical and psychoactive effects. Resin is considered the most valuable part of the cannabis plant, and products containing resin are called concentrates. Rosin is a solventless cannabis concentrate made using high pressure and temperatures, resulting in a THC-rich resin that is typically dabbed. Rosin is a simple technique that can be done on a small scale, though new equipment innovation is allowing for larger scale rosin manufacturing. Rosin is considered one of the safest methods of extraction. Strain stands for a unique genetic variety of the cannabis plant. often used to name flower. For example, Bubba Kush or Electra strains are not standardized, and the genetics can vary from grower to grower even though the same strain name is used. But we use strain names to refer to a particular genetic or particular cultivar. Terpenes are naturally occurring chemical compounds that are responsible for the aromas and flavors and colors associated with various types of vegetation. Cannabis terpenes give strains different tastes and smells. They often are marketed as having other benefits such as relaxation or creativity. Tetrahydrocannabinol, also known as THC, is the cannabinoid that becomes an intoxicant when heated. THC is the main cannabinoid and the one most popularized by the cannabis plant. Topicals stands for anything that is used on your skin, an oil, a salve, lotion, ointment, or patch infused with the cannabinoid that can be applied directly to your skin. And lastly, vaporizing. Vaporizers are a device intended to vaporize substances for inhalation. Vaporizers can be used to heat dried cannabis, cannabis oil, or cannabis wax. They convert the active ingredients into a cannabis-infused aerosol that can be inhaled. Compared to smoking, the lower temperature used in vaporization allows the cannabis to retain many more terpenes. So there you have it. Please use this as a jumping off point for more education. I know there's so many other terms that we didn't get to. Maybe there'll be a part 2. But if you learned something new, let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Thanks again for tuning into another one of our videos. We understand that cannabis can be confusing, but we're hoping with our help here at Restart, it doesn't have to be. If you have any questions, reach out to us, let us know, and you can always shop our products at restartcbd.com or come visit us in person in Austin, Texas at our local dispensary. We'll see you on the next video. Bye, y'all.